What is good? One time for high level crew. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching the creators live, and like she's just using big ass words. I couldn't comment on nothing, but it's cool. So I figured I would start a vocabulary list because some of them words was crazy. I think, something was glitching with YouTube, and I noticed that my comments wasn't being seen. So like, you know, she's talking and stuff like that. And then I hear words talking about some consternation. I'm like, what the fuck is I'm saying in my head, cause that's it's a holy type of lady. So she's saying some, oh, a consternation. I'm like, okay. I'm like I'm like, what is you talking about that got your stomach hurting to where you gotta take a boo-boo or something like that? I was mad confused. And then, she's still talking and stuff like that. Oh, so and so in equilibrium. I'm like, how the hell do we both have the same living room? It really don't even make no sense for real, for real. But okay. Then she's saying something and she says, oh, anxious. I'm like, okay, I mean, I know I ain't shit, but like you ain't gotta be telling the whole world. And it went on and on and on. Underlying. I'm like, okay, she might be throwing shots. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna lie out in the open. Like I don't be telling the truth all the time, and I don't even hide about it. And then it's just on and on and on. Discernment. I'm like, okay, cool. Like I was like, I know you church and stuff, but I ain't know this was a whole. I ain't know you was having a service. Like that was just kind of crazy to me. Then it's blah blah blah. Then she was saying something about something Catholic or some shit, apocrypha. So I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is an apocrypha? I'm like, ain't that the thing you use like it look like a comma or something like that you gotta put in between your letters? I was just confused. That's why I don't be liking people with big words. How you doing, Danielle? You and your big words. I know you couldn't see none of my comments because I tried from both my phones, but some of them words was crazy. Then it was like I was seeking or some shit. I'm like, what king was you going to see? Like, who are you looking for? I was just so goddamn confused, and it was just it's really bothering me. So I had to just say this out in the open because I was confused. Then he went on a tangent. No, you said tangential. I'm like, okay, who like did you go to the salon to get the tan? Did you go to the beach? Cause all I know, tans are not gentle. Like I was so confused. It is just crazy. And inhale, like me in my mind, I'm like, okay, like we talking about good vibes. So it's like who you going to see in hell? I was like I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it. Then she's talking about the garden and stuff like that. And then it was something about the vine. I'm like, okay, I know what a vine is. I was like, okay, so what you growing on the vine? Like I couldn't do it. My brain still hurt. See, I had to make a whole list of all these words. These words was just crazy. Like like oh my God. I couldn't do it. Let me stop. I think I went through all of the words by now. Yeah, but nah, it's just a troll. I was gonna make it short about it, but I figured you would be on still like after your live. You know, it was all good. You know, like I used my discernment, and I was gonna say I like the sermon from yesterday. I like that sermon. But yeah, it was all good though. So I took my lunch break and everything. Oh man, I was so confused. I'm just trolling. I'm definitely just trolling. See that for 5 minutes. Dang. Yeah, that would have been too long to make it short anyway. But I think I'm about to get up out of here from work. I've been standing around for like 2 hours now. But the supervisor ain't here to say I could leave, so I miss people in the chats. Cecil, if you still here, how you doing? You probably left. Legion boy, I probably said that wrong. Cutie Taylor, I see you. But yeah, I just felt goofy today. I couldn't. I fucking closed YouTube. I tried to update it. I went on my other phone, did the same thing. I was like, oh, I said YouTube is the devil. Why leave that place? I'm leaving this place. My last day is tomorrow. You know, I gotta get back to some decent civilization. So I'm not. I could focus more on my YouTube stuff with a clear mind, and I could go to the beach and stuff. So, and at the end of the day, I'll be on FMLA. Whatever they're gonna pay me is free money, so that's cool. She says doing that for some people today. The comments are not showing. Yeah, so I mean it's all good. See, it's going on 10 o'clock here, and the sun just went down. But it's all right though. I'm not worried about it. I know that this chapter is about to close, and I'm ready for it. It's crazy how the universe works, because I know you was saying, you was differentiating between worrying about stuff and wandering, not wandering, whatever, I said wondering. And I was like, okay, it's a message here. So I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous, how's things gonna work out when I make my transition, things of that nature. But it must be done. So I'm good with that. It's been fine on my end. Cross my fingers to keep it that way. Yeah, this is the first time it's happened to me. I know a lot of other people have been saying, they've been experiencing the same thing with their comments not showing up. And I've been in lives all day. And even outside of today, this was literally the first time that it's actually happened like that. So, just even with me going live this way, they else could see that I was listening in, I was tuned in. So what's up, Trish? Ain't past your bedtime, Trish? Quiet Storm, how you doing? I was just going over some of just Danielle's vocabulary words, how they had me so confused. But it's all good though. Wish my supervisor was here so I could get up out of this place. Had to run that joint back to catch how bad he was talking about me. Hey, look, I got my notes. I was like, yeah. I was like, okay. She said, consternation. I was like, yeah. I was like, I could use that. I could use that. Consternation when your stomach hurt and you can't go boo boo. I don't know what that had to do with anything that the therapist talks about, but I thought it would be funny. That equilibrium. How do she know what my living room look like? How could she say that we're equal? Anxious. She called me. She said she was just talking. I was like, I know she ain't calling me ain't shit. I mean, she's right, but I ain't think a therapist was supposed to be talking like that. It's kind of crazy right there. You better stop. Damo, what's up, bro? Hey, Damo. Danielle was she was talking about she was saying she was going inhale and shit. So I was like, you gonna see me in hell? I'm like, what I do? I just be trolling sometime. I don't be meaning it. What's up, Laurie? Seemed like forever, a long time no see. Yeah. Then she talking about seeking something or whatever. So I'm like, what king are you looking for? Is it King James? You see him in your eyes or something, in your vision or some shit? I was confused. I really was. That was just real crazy. But yeah, I'll just being silly or whatever. That's all. Waiting on my damn supervisor to get back so they could tell me to go home. I still ain't pack or nothing. I gotta change my oil. I gotta do all type of shit. But it's all good. I be procrastinating. I get it done in the end, but hey, I'll be alright. But Damo, I'm gonna drag you into this because Danielle said you anxious too. Not anxious, worried. She said you ain't shit, man. I'm dragging everybody under the bus. You have a good night. You too, cutie. I gotta tap in with your page too. I be sleeping late. No, Damo, you ain't shit. She said you ain't shit. Nah, she said anxious, bro. See? He said, oh damn. Yeah. Yeah, see? It's all good though. Now the sun really would be setting now, all of us, but the devil. But yeah, you see, I gotta fucking write the words down to remember them. Hey, Damo, you had to use any apocryphas today? Did you have to write any essays between the letters and stuff and apocrypha? Yeah. I ain't gonna be able to catch the damn liquor store. I mean, put my handy dandy notebook back in my damn pocket. Wonder if anybody else going live. I'll probably be out of this place in about another I'll give it like another half hour. I listened to the replay tomorrow. Yeah, it was a good it was a good live. I couldn't even troll. Danielle must have said a heavy prayer before she pressed that live button. Worried about your computer now works. And then like the comment didn't show up. I was like, damn. It wasn't. I had to be serious. W. You're gonna be for WTF. I wonder if they come back outside. Sad. I don't know what I would do. This was a quick live. I appreciate y'all. Everybody take care, stay blessed, stay elevated. I'll see you in the next one. Salute.